Good morning, it's Leanne Peters here. I'm from templeofbalance.com.au, Temple of Balance on Facebook and Temple of Balance on YouTube. And I'm here to pull some cards and share some guidance for this week. We're starting a brand new month, the 1st of June through till the 7th of June. So while you're coming over, I want to send out an extra special welcome to my Temple of Balance patrons, my Pillar of Light family, and all of those of you who support my work through my website. Thank you so much for your support. So I'm coming to you live now from Tasmania, Australia, where it is Wednesday, the 1st of June here, and it's exactly 10:24 a.m. It's very exciting. The sun's come out. Actually, it's quite windy too. We had a bit of rain, our first good shower of rain yesterday and overnight since we moved here, and now the sun's coming out. It's a bit snowy and cold down here today, so I'm hanging out inside for now. So how are you? Are you well? Are things flowing well for you at this time? If you're new to watching, welcome. What I'm going to be doing is using my combined Speed of Light Oracle cards with my Animal Kingdom Oracle. There are 110 cards in this deck, and I'll be using this deck to find the best cards for this week ahead. I'm not pulling cards for individuals. This is general guidance for everyone. So I trust that you've been led here for a reason, and I trust that our paths have crossed at the right time. So please take on board what feels right, what resonates, and what fits into your life easily at this time, and let the rest go. And let's see what happens. So let's get started. So let's do a quick recap of last week's theme, which still is appearing at this time. We'll see if it comes up today in the cards, but it's come up again in the current energy report this morning, and that is the giraffe. And giraffe was our theme last week, and the giraffe is all about perspective and looking at things differently. So did you have any perspective shifts last week as a bit of your theme? And how did that fit into your life as last week's theme as a reflection? So now we're diverting our attention to this coming week. The reading week for us at this time is from Wednesday to Tuesday. So it's from Wednesday the 1st of June till Tuesday the 7th of June 2022. So I'm shuffling the cards and asking the cards to show us what we need to know, the majority of us. And I trust that the best cards for this week will make their way to the top of the deck based on the way I select my cards. So the best cards for this week, the 1st till the 7th of June 2022, are these. And I'm going to lay them now face down here beside me. And we have 2 rows of 4. First one has 2 Speed of Light, 2 Animal Kingdom. The second row has 3 Animal Kingdom, 1 Speed of Light. Okay, let's turn these over. See what we've got. Okay, we've got 2 featured cards. So let's start with the Shaman. The Shaman has further instructions here which say to fan out the deck and choose an extra card. So fanning out, so I'm not going to think about it. I'm just going to this card here, the rabbit with the Shaman. So we'll talk about that soon. And then later in the week, we have this featured card, the medicine pouch. And here it has further instructions, which also say to fan out the deck and choose another card. So fanning out the deck, and we'll go with this card here, Speed of Light. And it's persistence. We've got a couple of owls up. Okay, we'll talk about them a bit later. So let's start with Wednesday, the 1st of June. And we have Purification, card 8. It says cleanse, detoxification, and toxins. This is about cleansing and purging and clearing. And we might find that we start this reading week, or we start this month, we could say, around Wednesday, that we're in some clearing, cleaning, purging mode. So this could be stuff that we're clearing and sorting out quite literally and quite physically. Could be stuff that we're doing energetically. We might be clearing out our mind, for example, of useless, ridiculous things we've been thinking lately, or even unhealthy and unsupportive thoughts that have come to our attention lately too. So I talked about that in the current energy report, this mental discipline. So it could be a mental clearing as well. It could be emotional clearing of stuff we've been holding on too tightly to emotionally that is not working for us, that is working us up and is perhaps creating a stagnant space that we're in. Usually if we find ourselves stuck or stagnant, it typically comes back to us not feeling our way through things. So if we're not letting ourselves feel something, or we've got a big feeling that we're trying to avoid or deny, or we're not being honest with how we really feel about, it will create like a stagnation. So to help move stagnant energy too, can be really good to do some clearing, some cleansing, some purging, some releasing. So maybe on Wednesday, consider, what have you been holding on too tightly to, whether it's physical possessions, material things, could be thoughts, worries, stress that you've got going on in your mind. Do you have to be in that state? Is it supporting you? Is it healthy for you? If not, how can you clear that out? And same with emotional energy that you may have been backing up, like I'm seeing like a dam or a river that's naturally been dammed up. Maybe there's been lots of rain lately and rocks have been tumbling down and they're all backing up and this river's backing up. So emotionally, we can start to back up, get backed up emotionally, and things start blocking and things start getting very intense. So what are you willing, or what do you need to, but then what are you willing to surrender and release and clear out for yourself on Wednesday as we start this month? So then we move into Thursday, the 2nd of June, and we have these two cards. They've come up together for a reason. So let's look at them separately, then we'll look at their relationship together. So the Shaman, card 17, it says solitude, grounding, mending, privacy, and reassess. So this usually comes with a withdrawn feeling where we want to sort of slip into our cave for healing, for mending, for resting perhaps, or for reassessing our life. So like I've mentioned recently, because this card came up, I think 2 weeks ago or something, for me, when I'm reassessing my life, I'm looking at past, present, future. So I'm sitting in and contemplating and really feeling upon what's led me to here in the past, how I feel now in the present, and where I feel I'm going in the future. And are these matching up? Are these aligned? Sometimes we go off course. So we go off course, that's brought us to now, and so time of reassessing or contemplation can be really valuable to help us see, we've gone off track a bit, what adjustments do we need to make now so we can make sure we're going in the direction we want to go moving forward. So reflection, reassessment time is really valuable. We may feel a bit antisocial, we may feel a bit like we just want to retreat into ourselves. So this will be a time to contemplate, to feel, to catch up on rest if we can, if we have the time. Now coming up with this card is the Rabbit, card 16, and it says to make your move. So what we're probably going to be contemplating for some of us on Thursday is contemplating the move that we want to make. So this, if I just give you that guide that works for me, it may work for you, it may not, but my guide of reassessing things, so past, what led me to here, present, how I feel now, and future, where I'm going. So with that energy in mind, the Rabbit's very much about making our move, so where we're going. This is future focused. Some of us, maybe you, are in a state at the moment, and maybe especially on Thursday, where you're contemplating your next move. Maybe you're contemplating a particular move. So what is your next move? And what move do you need to make? And what contemplation is required around this? So feel on it. Make some time to give it some thought, to contemplate, to have conversations with people, get other people's thoughts too. Sometimes, we're sitting in our contemplations of things and it can sound really good in our head. And then we talk about it with someone that we trust, And it might sound ridiculous, or they might have another angle or perspective to present about that particular course we were thinking about. So, ideas and contemplation are great. Get it clear in ourselves first, but we may also want to or need to talk about it to make sure our idea is a good one. Okay, now we're moving to Friday. We've got 2 cards for Friday. We've got the wolf and the zebra. So we'll talk about the wolf first. Friday, the 3rd of June. This is card 48, the wolf. And it says to secure those boundaries. Sorry, I'm just reading comments here. So what's happening here? Have I got a problem? Is there a problem? Not sure, it's just me. Keeps going to blank wall. Is anyone else getting blank wall or something? Keeps going to a white wall. Hold on, let me just check my reception. Oh, it's not fantastic. Huh? Okay, that's weird. So I don't know, something weird seems to be happening for some people. Okay, all right, most people seem to be able to see me okay, so I don't know, there might be some weird thing happening. Anyway, back to the wolf. It says to secure your boundaries. So through the contemplation time of working out and reassessing and contemplating where we're at, where we're going as well, what our next move is going to be, we might find that part of that is to really look at our boundaries and make sure they're secure and also healthy, and that we're keeping ourselves flexible and open in those boundaries that we have, and that they are right for us at the time. Boundaries should always be sort of changing, a bit like our priorities, because we're always changing, and what we're sort of wanting or what life looks like for us is constantly changing too. So our boundaries shift like our priorities should be shifting and changing. And the zebra is card 22. This is for Friday, and it says alternative options. This card came up last week, I'm pretty sure, and it talks about other options now. Look at opportunities or other options in moving forward. Other options too with our boundaries. Sometimes it might be like I mentioned before, we have this, what we think is a great idea about the boundaries we want to set up. And then when we put them into action, they may be met with rebellion or resistance from other people. And then we've got to contemplate and adjust and work out, okay, is there a better way I can approach this boundary that I need? So it feels like there are options to consider, especially in regards to our boundaries on Friday, and what kind of rules or guides we need to set up for ourselves so that we can be a bit more selective with the energy we let in to our life and into ourselves. So that's Friday. Saturday, the 4th of June, we have the Masked Owl, card 49, and it says to stay optimistic. Pretty sure we had this last week. I don't know, it's come up recently. And it's reminding us to stay hopeful on Saturday. Hopeful on Saturday that things are going to work out, that all is well, we're going in the right direction. There feels to be a lot of stuff at the moment about our future that's coming in just for these first few days, setting ourselves up for our forward movement, the forward momentum that we're making. So stay optimistic if you're concerned or wondering whether you're going in the right direction or whether the future's looking bright or bleak for you. Stay hopeful and stay optimistic that it is looking good for you. So there seems to be a lot of stuff pulling us into the future. Okay, so that was Saturday. Sunday, we have the Lamb. And the Lamb is card 36, and it says to embrace your youthful side. Have a bit of fun. Have a bit of fun and lighten up. Find a bit of a skip to your step and find a smile for your face if you haven't smiled much lately. So there is something here that wants to just lift us up a bit about this, out above the serious side of our life right now. So something playful, something fun, something a little less serious, just to lighten us up a bit if we've become a bit too stiff and heavy in what we have happening. So something light and playful, something that brings a smile to your face or brings a skip to your step. Feels like it wants to come in for Sunday. So then we move to the 6th of the 6th, the 6th of June, which is Monday. And we have card 51 called Shelter. And it says down here to seek safe shelter. This is about our shelter. So it's about our home, but especially about our safe place. So some of us don't have a home right now. You may not have a home. You may be in between things. You may be working out where you're going. You may be staying with someone else right now and maybe really want or being really pulled into your own place or to feel settled and secure in your own surroundings. So this is about your shelter, so your safe place, whether it's your home or a room, could be your vehicle, could be a place in nature right now, or your own heart that is your safe place. So what do you need to do in this place, this safe place for you, this home sort of setting? Maybe is to heal or to mend or to reflect. Maybe you need some rest time or some settling time where you can let things integrate and let things settle for you. So it's a bit like a pause, a bit of in some ways, counting our blessings or noticing what we do have that's working, even though it may not be where we want to be quite now. It is still something to be grateful for, that we have this room or this vehicle or this place in nature or this home. And it is something to appreciate. So I feel like getting back to basics and sort of finding a way to settle and ground ourselves on Monday. That feels to be important with the shelter card. Okay, and then Tuesday, the 7th of June, we have these two guys. They've again come up together for a reason. So we're going to look at them separately. Then we're going to look at their relationship together. It's card 54, Medicine Pouch, and it says resources, gather, knowledge, and collect. So this is usually about saving finances, tools, resources. It could be food. So we're getting back into that sort of survival energy, the shelter, the resources that we need to survive or to thrive, depending on the space that we're in. So this is gathering things together. Usually it comes up when we're talking about saving money or saving for something or paying off debt or things that are important for us financially. So it typically comes up for that, but not always only that. And it's come up with card 47, Persistence, which says patience, solution, question, answer, and night. This is about being patient and persistent. So if we look at it with this card, if you're talking about or hopefully you're acting upon saving for something, or maybe you're saving to move or saving to study, maybe you're saving for a wedding or whatever it might be, maybe you're really trying hard to get out of debt. So whatever is going on for you potentially financially at this time, you're being encouraged with this card to stay patient and keep being persistent. So keep doing it. You might not, for example, when we were saving deposit for a house, which took us several years, I was just saving a percentage of the income that came in. So sometimes it will be $3. Sometimes it might be $30. Sometimes it might be $300. So it just depends. So you might find at the moment, especially around Tuesday, maybe you're not saving as much as what you hoped or planned or budgeted for. Maybe income's a bit tight right now. So maybe you're just needing to put little bits away or make a small contribution to whatever it is that you're gathering, the resources that you're gathering. And this is okay. So be patient and be persistent, especially with whatever you're doing financially that might be around saving resources, or it could be other resources that you're gathering, knowledge, tools, this sort of thing. So there are cards for this week, which are interesting. I definitely feel a strong pull to the future. So what does the future hold for you? Where are you going? What move do you need to make? It is, like I say many times, it's important, I find valuable anyway, to look at the opposite of that too. So not only where you're going, but what can you learn from where you've been? So where you've come from, what have you learned from that part of your journey? In the times where you were contemplating maybe something similar to what you're contemplating now for your future. So relationship, home, work, finances, even a position where you want to be going to might be something that's on your mind. Are you moving location? This sort of thing that you're contemplating. So don't underestimate the value and the wisdom that you can gain in looking back at your past and what you've learned. Look at what you observe from other people and what other people have achieved. Is this something possible for you? Can you modify it a bit to match with who you are? So learning from the past, I feel, will help propel us further into the future. So if you feel stuck now about your thoughts and contemplations of where you want to go in life, maybe to unstick yourself to might be looking back to help you be able to look forward. Because if you're still stuck back there and you're trying to move forward, it's very difficult to move anywhere. So maybe give some thought to that if you're feeling stuck and it's specifically about your future. So thank you so much. Thanks for joining me today. I trust this resonates and supports your week ahead. I am going to pull a theme card in just a moment, so hopefully you can stay around for that. So we've got a few things coming up. I've got my next online art class. We're focusing on the heart, so deep heart stuff. If you feel like you want to connect further with your heart, then my art class is really, really healing. It's not just art. We talk, we heal, we shift things. It's explorative, it's safe, it's beautiful and very, very healing. So that's happening on the 17th of June as a live stream on Zoom. And also on the same day, the 17th of June, is my next card reading club, which we are talking about creating spreads. So I encourage you to bring your oracle cards. We play. So this is for your personal development with your card reading, but also if you want to do card reading for other people and do it more on a professional level, there's lots of insight and information to share about how to connect with these valuable tools of your cards. So that's on the 17th of June. Also, my services have opened again. So my intuitive healing, if you've been waiting for that, my email readings, my healing guidance, and also my spirit guide drawings and healing art are now open. So please visit templeofbalance.com.au. You can look up the store tab and you can find the oracle cards, you can find the art class, the card reading class club, and also my services under supportive services and lots of other things on my website. So let's grab the best card for the theme. The theme card will help us bring these days together and help us see the bigger picture for this week ahead. So what do we need to know or keep in mind this week as our theme? So the best card for the majority of us for the theme for the 1st to the 7th of June 2022 is this. It's a Speed of Light Oracle card, and it's this. We had this as our theme a couple of weeks ago, and it's Projection card 15. Actually, this is really appropriate. It says vision. So vision, when I think vision, our vision for our future. Focus, concentrate, and chaos. Okay, so this is really reminding us to stay mentally focused. So if you're contemplating your future, where you're going, then focus on that for the time period you're focusing on it, that you have to focus on it. If that's losing you, if you're losing balance from that, then maybe divert your focus to your past and reflect on your journey. What have you learned? What have you gained? What have you gathered? What lessons do you not want to repeat? What lessons have you learned that you can then implement in your thoughts about where you're going? What do you want moving forward? This card's very mental, so it's reminding us to really stay attentive mentally, to avoid distractions, denying ourselves of how we really feel, avoiding our feelings as well, or avoiding the truth. There's a lot of confrontation energy present at the moment, so we might find ourselves a bit sort of battered around, like we're in a bit of a storm at times, as people challenge us and we challenge others. It's confronting. So we're being challenged to work out or figure out how to deal with things, how we really stand, and what our truth is on certain situations and certain things. So instead of being focused on or being swept up in the storm and the chaos, figure out a plan. Work out a way through it. Sometimes that plan is just one step at a time. Sometimes it is getting out your journal or a piece of paper and getting your ideas and your thoughts out on paper. What's the next step for you? What are your priorities? What needs sorting out? What are the problems? And from the problems, what are potential solutions? So let's stop rolling around in the problems. Let's stop rolling around in the feeling stuck and stagnant and getting ourselves muddy and held back. And let's really think solution focused this week and really give whatever it is that we're focusing on our fullest attention. And getting in control, getting disciplined with our mind is essential too this week, and very, very favourable energy to do so. So we may be confronted. Let's not react, but let's just sit in how we feel about it, see what's triggered and respond accordingly. And yeah, this is a training, I feel, for our mind this week. So let's work with the power of our mind to support where we want to go and what we want to be doing in our life. You can absolutely do that. So projection, focus, concentrate, stay attentive, and mental discipline, very much our theme for this week. So enjoy and have a great week. Happy birthday, happy anniversary if you're celebrating. Thank you so much for joining me today. I will see you again soon. Take care and namaste.